I have a lot of random chores that need to be done today. I have been focusing on my plant stuff and neglecting house stuff, other than basic washing dishes and washing laundry, but not putting up laundry. These are clean. I'm just gonna put them in the oven so I can use the stove here. First random chore is I have to boil some plants for the isopods. So while I was out enjoying my day yesterday, my husband was home tending kids. They changed out the isopod bins and he went and collected some new leaves for them. So my job in the process is to sanitize the leaves. And I do that by boiling them and then soaking them and then dehydrating them in the dehydrator. Then I store them in a bin and put them in the, it used to be the playroom. I guess it's still technically a playroom, but we have the isopod bins in there and a bunch of other things for hobby type things. So this is just my save these so we can use them again. This is actually a water canning pot, but I don't do much canning anymore, especially this year. We didn't even plant a garden, so this is what I use for leaves or wood or whatever needs to be boiled in here that's not actually food. I'm just going to fill this up with as much water as I can. The leaves float, so they will come to the top if I am not careful and overfill it. Okay, that's good enough for now. It's about as heavy as I can handle moving. Smash the leaves down in there so nobody's floating out. And then I'm just going to turn it on. I'm going to start it on high until it starts boiling, and then I'll put it down on low, and then I let it simmer for at least 3 hours. Normally, when I remember that, I have put the leaves on. And then I'll turn it off and dump out the water, refill it with clean water, and then let it sit overnight. So there's that. For the next few days, everyone's going to be asking me what is going on in my house, because what's that smell? Next up on the list is everyone's favorite chore, laundry. I've got my towels in here already. They're ready to go. I was just walking around the house collecting everything I needed to put in here. Get my baking soda and vinegar in here. Since we do have some aquarium towels in there. It's gonna take probably 2 hours for these to get done. Alright, let me rinse my hands off because I've got icky. Alright, laundry. I have another basket of clean clothes upstairs waiting on me to be put up. I put up a basket last night while the kids were getting ready for bed. So, doing the best I can to stay on top of it all, but there's just too much going on. I've spent my whole morning editing videos and getting them uploaded, so proud of myself for sticking with it. And now I have the whole week planned out, and all I have to do is focus on recording stuff for next week. Hoping that I can do 3 a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's standard upload times for like everybody, but I don't know. If there's other days that do better, maybe I can switch to those days, but I'm going to guess that most people do Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a reason. So we will try that out for a while. I am almost at 100 subscribers, which is like extremely shocking because one, I can't believe anyone wants to hear my voice. And two, I thought I was the only one that liked these kind of videos. So I guess it's true what they say. You should make what you like to watch. Not the only one out there, so that's good. But with focusing on my plant chores, my plants are very happy right now, but the rest of the house is not so much. There's only so many hours in the day, and I've spent a lot of hours having to do other things lately, like talking to caseworkers and in-home health care and doctor's appointments and dealing with insurance and taking kids to therapies and running all of the errands for everybody. And there's just not enough time in the day. I normally have not been getting in bed until like 11 o'clock, and that's not great for me because I'm up between 6:30 and 7 every morning. And I'm tired. And then on the weekends, when I don't have an alarm, I sleep till like 9 o'clock, and then I have to instantly get up and get my daughter's breakfast feed and meds going, get breakfast for my son, and then it's like 11 o'clock before I even get my coffee, and then we're coming up on lunch, and it's like the day is just gone. Anyways, ranty. Do what I can today. And then tomorrow is Monday and back to the work week. I've been down 2 coworkers, so I've had a lot of extra work to do the past 2 weeks. And one of the coworkers is back tomorrow, so that's good, but still down one for a while. They had to have surgery, so they'll be back. I'm not too worried about it, but it's just more things on my plate. Feeling a bit stressed out, but I will get through it. Mainly it's just been the talking to all the insurance people lately. It's just like every time I turn around, there's some kind of issue. Like our Medicaid got canceled out on us, even though I had renewed 3 months in advance, and they said, "Oh, you didn't renew, we're canceling." And so I had to call for a few days and get that sorted out, and it's just been constant since then. Our primary left the clinic we've been at again. It's wild how often this happens, and like I don't know if the clinics around here are just like really bad to their staff, but like the other people aren't leaving. It's just the doctors, and I don't know. It's very frustrating. Like, and I've gone through multiple clinics trying to like get away from this issue, but it just keeps happening. And I don't know if it's just the special needs kids. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm extremely frustrated. I hate changing doctor's offices, especially with the kids having disability Medicaid, because there's very few doctors that actually accept new Medicaid patients. And then when you add the complexities of their care onto it, you know, the doctors don't have to take you. But we found another one, and we had to fill out all kinds of paperwork before they would even let us schedule an appointment. And then I got a call Thursday that our stuff had been processed and we could schedule an appointment. Call back at 9:30 Friday morning. But I was too busy with work to get that done. So now I've got to add that to my list tomorrow. And hopefully I do not forget, because with all of my daughter's feeding supplies and home health care and stuff, we have to have primary sign off on everything. And when they keep leaving, it holds us up, and she can't get the things that she needs because other people are slacking, especially when they don't tell us that the doctors have left and they just ignore our forms and messages. Oh gosh, so frustrating. Oh, these socks are tiny. I don't think my son can wear these. We're just going to toss them up there with our extra socks. I'll go through them eventually. Well, this was a fairly small load of laundry, mostly my son's clothes, so I'm going to guess he cleaned his room and all of this was stashed under his bed or something. Alright, let's get all of this loaded in here. So I can get upstairs. Maybe this won't take too long. And then I can just relax and do planty things without having to worry about other people's stuff. And that's why I love my plant chores so much, because it's just me and it's relaxing. I don't have to worry about what other people are doing. Alright, let's get this stuff upstairs. I know a little boy that's going to be cleaning his disastrous bedroom tonight. Oh, and there's more behind me that y'all can't even see. It's bad. Okay, let's get this laundry done. I don't know why this box is even out here. I do not pick up clothes off the floor. If kids or husbands want their clothes washed, they need to put them in a laundry basket. And I do tell them before I wash laundry that, hey, gonna wash laundry such and such day. Go clean up your room, put your laundry in a laundry basket. And most of the time, he will do that. But he doesn't clean up the rest of his room very often. I know boys are messy, but it annoys me. I think it annoys my husband more, though. I'm pretty good at ignoring things that doesn't immediately pertain to me. I can ignore it. All right, one basket down. I apologize for all my huffy puffing. I have been forgetting to take my inhaler most nights and trying to get back on track with that. And it makes it hard to talk when my asthma's all flared up. Oh, good joy. Someone is at my door. Very much want to ignore them, but it's probably one of the kids' friends and they will not stop until I go answer it. I'm going to finish this basket, though. They can at least wait that long. Okay. Oh, that's not his. All right. His stuff's done. Let me go see who's at the door. My daughter's room's pretty messy today, too. Maybe it's just this big thing. Let's put it on her bed. At least she keeps her bed made up. Guess it's easy when you don't sleep in it. I have some extra things in here of hers that I need to hang up because I didn't feel like doing that last night. It's way easier for me when the kids' clothes are in their drawers. But she's got too much clothing for that. And she refuses to get rid of anything if she can wear it. I'm extra huffy puffy now because I had to run downstairs and come back up. Finding hangers. I always gotta hunt down hangers. She refuses to hang them back in her closet where I can easily get to them. This was mine and she stole it, so I just stopped fighting and let her have it. It's difficult when they get to be the same size as you. She's almost my size. She's one size below me in most clothes, except for pants, because I don't think she'll be in my size pants for a long while. But shirts and dresses, she tries to steal. And you see, she does not need any more clothing. She's got overflow of clothing. It's always so hot in this room. I guess because she's over the garage, like right below us here. I've got her fan on, and I guess she only has one vent in here too, and it's over by the window, so it's not very helpful. This house was not laid out for AC, but even if I open her window, like there's another house, 6 feet away, so it's not like she gets a breeze either. And we've put extra insulation in the attic. The attic from the garage, which is below her room, or outside of her room here, and the garage is here, but whatever, it's not working. It's extremely hot in here, which is making my asthma worse, so I'm going to turn y'all off while I finish this so you don't have to listen to me huffing and puffing. Let's get some dishes done. Found a big popcorn bowl upstairs. Try to hydrate coffee, caffeinate. Got the cat's water fountain soaked in. I really slacked on cleaning that one, and it was extra bad. Needs to be done at least every 2 weeks, preferably once a week. But I didn't get to it, so now it's extra yucky. It requires more time. Kind of how things go, though, isn't it? I've got a lot of random cups around the house right now, and I am thinking that is all the neighborhood children have just been leaving their cups around, or like they have cups at each house. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave them for now, and I'll put them in the dishwasher this evening. Sink is gross from washing pans this morning, but it's fine for right now. Let me wash my hands. And I can put up the dishes that are on the drying rack. These do not go here. My husband puts up the dishes, and it's always a mystery on where things are when we need to find them. And things are not organized, because that does not go there. And he doesn't take the time to stack things properly. I always give him a hard time, and he must have failed stacking in kindergarten, because he just, I don't know, just piles things in. Doesn't seem to pay any attention. But at least he does it. He puts them up. So, less bending I have to do to get everything out of the dishwasher. Ooh. This came with plant cuttings. I'm just going to wash it, and I'll stick it back in the plant stuff. I will re-gift it with some cuttings to somebody. I keep little takeout containers for plant propagations. These are good for being able to stick them in the cabinets. I know I'm looking extra wild today, but it's hot, and I just can't be bothered to do much of anything. I need a rag. I have to close this. And my brain is all over the place. But I'll get through it. Ugh. I hate hand washing. I have gloves, but then I get sweaty and sticky in the gloves from being in the hot water. And then that's another sensory issue. So when it's only one or two things, I'm just gonna tough it out and deal with the nasty, soapy sink dish water. Ugh. Better than the sweaty, clammy, gloves. Rubber gloves. Ugh. I found a trail of ants behind this cat fountain today too, so I had to barricade that area off and spray it. I use like a natural thing, so I'm not worried about it hurting the kitties, but don't want them to get into it while it's wet. I'm starting to smell those leaves now. It's such a nasty smell. It's like burnt tea. Actually, I think it reminds me of like being back in North Carolina and like out in the woods after it rains and it's like super hot and humid. Just like that musty, moldy smell. If you know, you know. Not great. I'm sure plenty of people like it. I do not. Almost done. A few pieces left in here. All right. Last one. And I have to drain this sink so that I can rinse in this sink without it filling up. I'm not going to put this back together right now. I'm just going to give it a rinse and put it on the drying rack. They've got another water bowl, so they will be fine for now. I got to clean up all the ants over there. And I find that if I leave it for at least 24 hours, they are less likely to instantly return. But if I spray it and then wipe it up pretty quickly, they are unfazed. And where I have just the regular glass bowl sitting for the kitties right now, this fountain will not fit. Alright, I'm going to put this out of the way here. Alright, wash my hands. Okay, next thing is vacuuming the kids' playroom and guinea pigs. I need to clip the guinea pig's nails as well, but I need my daughter here to help me with that, so that will have to wait till this evening. And I'm not going to video that because I don't need all the guinea pig people coming after me because I did something wrong, even though, to the best of my knowledge, I am not doing anything wrong. I also don't want my daughter on video. So, alright, I'm just going to turn y'all off because no one wants to hear a vacuum. It's unpleasant. And I'm going to listen to a podcast, get my motivation back, and then maybe do more chores. I don't know. I got to get out of the kitchen, though. Those leaves are going to... I hate it so much. I wish it was cool enough to open windows. I filmed a plant video, so now I have to clean up that mess, too. Oh, that's not where that goes. Oh, and then my phone died, so I had to force myself to take a break so that I could charge it because I do everything on my phone. So I decided to re-edit my YouTube logo and all that kind of stuff, and probably spent more time than I should have on that. But my phone is all charged up now, so I can finish my cleaning video, and then I can get around to editing everything. I'm just going to roll up this whole mat and dump it in the trash, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. This can go in recycling, though. This needs to go in the trash. And then that can go in recycling. trying to put everything up here that I need to keep. Put my plant bits and bobs back in there. See this? Oh, everything's covered in dirt now. I don't think I can get this back in here easily. Maybe it will work. Yes, awesome. Okay, so that can go here. This I need to hold on to. These pots can go here. I'm still working on all of this stuff, so I don't want to put it all back out in the garage just yet. These need to go in a different box. I keep these boxes under my potting table in the garage, and I just have them sorted by either nursery pots or semi-hydro pots. And then, of course, everything in here is messed up from just making a video. So let's get it a little more organized. This is when the OCD really sucks, yeah. Like, it has to be stacked from biggest to smallest so that everything nestles in and takes up the least possible space. Stack of this and a stack of that, a stack of this and a stack of that. These guys go together. That does not fit inside of there. That one fits in there. These guys I have to mix and match. These don't really fit anywhere. Those are orchid pots from when I bought orchids from the grocery store. All right, so then this can get just stacked over here. I have nursery pots here. They need to go in the other bin, but for now they're going to stay here because I have some cash pots that they fit in perfectly. I have macrame. I have another macrame here. Set them there. They go in a drawer. Tape coming out here. I have plant stakes and zip ties up here on this table. Okay, so let's put these guys in here. Then these can go in my plant organizing stuff. Okay, so let me turn y'all around so you can even see that. Here's where I keep some of my plant stuff. This whole area is an absolute mess because it's like ground zero for organization things, all my bins and stuff. And I have not had time to organize the organization things. I've been overwhelmed with the yard sale and everything else that's been going on. These go in my rolly cart. This over here. This is my plant rolly cart. This is where all of the other plant stuff goes. There used to be a better rhyme and a reason to how things were set up, but for now it's just there. Let's go get the rest of that stuff. Okay, so this is going to go in recycling. I'm going to take that. These need to go in. Actually, this could go over here. So I can put some propagations in there. This is going to go in my rolly cart. And these are going in recycling. What do I have in here? Okay, so this is my leca, and I'm thinking, how many more things do I have to put up? I'm just going to take it back out to the garage. These are going back out to the garage too. And my moss. Okay, let's take these out.
Oh, the front door is also wooden.
Shush! No more words from you. I must record. Vacate my area. so I can clean up my soil and trash from doing plantings. Timothy, would you go scratch Daddy for me, please? No, we do not have sour cream. I don't keep it in this house because it is high cholesterol.
I know, I just said something, so interrupt your video again.
Okay, I don't like where these are. They are going to fall over or get knocked over by a cat. Oh, alocasia corms. I don't know how long I can leave them before they are going to not germinate, so they are going to get moved to the top of the pile, and that will have to be done very soon. I need to vacuum, but y'all know I ain't vacuuming on camera. Nobody wants to hear that. I think this is the last chore I'm doing today. Let's put these towels in the dryer, and they will probably be here until tomorrow evening. Maybe afternoon. I don't know. I definitely have to wash laundry tomorrow, so I gotta deal with them at some point tomorrow. But for tonight, this is the last thing I'm doing. Well, other than vacuuming, but I have to vacuum every evening anyways. Oh, I need to soak those leaves too in their clean water, but I just turned the pot off not too long ago and they are too hot for me to touch. I'm not trying to be scalded by hot leaf water. Okay. Towels on the dryer. I'll deal with cat litter tomorrow. Monday's my normal cat litter day anyways. Okay. That's it. I'm going to go snuggle my kitties now.